stories that we'll hear in, and at this point, it is becoming more of a recovery operation than anything. Send in an email if you're listening. I am not expecting, but if you are out there catching the broadcast, listening in right now, that you're catching the broadcast on perhaps whereabouts in the country or the world you're getting the signal at. Likewise, if there is a song you would like to be playing some music for the rest of the hour, you're welcome to send in a music request. The way to do so is very simple. Just send in an email and let me know the title and artist that you would like to hear played in this broadcast. And I, to the best of my ability, of course, will try to get it played for you. So it's very, very simple, very easy, and very straightforward. Though, of course, if you do wish to write in, it would be a feat deemed impossible if I didn't give out the email address, so let me do just that. Way to send in an email, very simple. Just write in to the following address. Gmail. Great to hear from you. Maybe write in while the next one comes in from Danielle in New Mexico, who would like to hear the selection Valentine by Dive.
Digital domain, you guys are not going to hear it. K1KW.
Yeah, well, they did have a lot of problems with clocks getting into the audio, and they solved that. I noticed no change in IMD when I put the audio filter in line. No change at all. Just the audio tones going through it was really that'd be a 16th order filter, Butterworth. And I'm going to see if we can do 4 with a better chip, better ripple factor. Because I noticed when I ran 4 of Butterworth, it was, there was a little ripple right on the leading edge. It wasn't perfect. Whereas if it runs to about 3 kilohertz, it started falling apart. So or should I say, rounding out. You expect the stations to work? Yes. A Class C 813 series modulated by a pair, A and Class A1. Imagine that, Class A1. I'm taking about only 2 in linear. With right now, let's see. Yeah, it's banging at least 160%. Just to give Chuck a little zinger there. Banging 180%. When I load when I load the audio.
Launcher on there, and I mulched the leaves up, and then I started hearing this noise. So it's probably all full of ground up leaves. Yeah, no doubt. You get all kinds of stuff stuck around there. But anyhow, I'm a little lazy sometimes. I hate to change the blades or take them off to sharpen them. It's Number 2, Papa Charlie.
Thanks, Kurt, for running that. It's always...
When they record CDs or any digital media these days, they symmetricize the audio first because it requires more bits of digital processing to do that, and it doesn't add any fidelity or density, and frankly most music is very, very symmetrical anyway. But occasionally they ran into kind of, when they're doing mixing, and Gordon did this too. I mean, you mix stuff, all of a sudden you brainiest voice. And that's the thing. It's funny how Hambone Radio folks still get sucked into this belief that asymmetry is a good thing. It's not. It has nothing to do with communications and create symmetrical audio. And you listen to my signal, I'll tell you, the audio density is good, it's clean, it's crisp, you're not going to, I can asymmetricize this easily, but then I have to cut my carry, as you can on AM, because that quiets the frequency. Oh, you make it very, very quiet. The more carry you, the quieter the frequency is. So that's what
very good, Chuck. Did you get it, Tom? I sent it to you.
Okay, I'll take a quick gander there. Thanks. Yeah, Chuck, when you come back, I wanted to let's see if I can tell you how many bands you're processing, if that's possible. Looking at the signal, and JJ.
Okay, I think I sent you 3 pictures. I did 2, but I think it might have sent to 3.
Nothing came in yet, but sometimes it's a little slow.
It's not going to come in because I just got it back.
Yeah, I'm talking on the setting that REA. I think I'll put it up to 200. Let's see. Yay. Boy, don't take much to hit 180. Never, the other rig won't do that. The other ones will not. Let's set it up to 200 just to see what happens.
Yeah, see what it, just for the hell of it, see what it does. Okay, I resent it. Say again?
Okay, set it at 200. Let's see. Yay. Nope. Oh, there it is. Yay. Hola. Oh.
It does. So yeah, it's close. Every once in a while, the peak flat fifth word. Anyway, hopefully that went through. Let me check, see if I got it back.
Yay. Fucking right on, it's staying at 190% positive. Let's see, how does the spectrum look? How do you look? Am I in heaven? Or am I in Miami? Yay, testing. Yeah, spectrum is coming out to about 6. Kind of loose. That filter will help a lot. So when I want to swim with the compete with you guys with the positive peaks.
Yeah, well, I guess you can. It's just about the same, about identical. So, you should have got those. I didn't get them back, so you should have got them.
No, not yet. Sometimes it takes time. I refreshed it, but edge reading meter in software that's in the middle, that thing stays pegged at 25% as a positive bias. Does yours do that too?
I'm back.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, when you talk, if you're looking at it. So, Chas, is it possible to look at the, I don't know, and then above that, I've got a, the band noise is the floor, and then it goes up and down. What is that, the pan adapter? What do you call that? But anyway, we're looking at that particular graph in real time. Should I be able to count the bands in a multi-band processor? Should I be able to see them because of little dips between them? I thought I was seeing that on Gordon's and possibly yours too, or is that not right?
Probably not. It's all artifacts of the sampling on the waterfall. Because I do that here on my signal, and back years ago when I got this Optimod, I was trying to figure out the frequency bands. So I took my Anon, spread it apart, so I had capture across the entire bands, played with frequencies, swept them, and it's dynamic. The processor is dynamic. So the bands aren't fixed when you talk. It all depends where the energy is. It is very interesting when I swept this waveform, at least on the OR band here. That's what I did, and it's an adaptive thing. I was fascinated because the bandwidth capability is this, and that's an audio bandwidth, 4 kilohertz audio bandwidth to 10 kilohertz. At 10 kilohertz, it's like 20 kc wide on a signal. At 4 kilohertz, it's 8. But what they did, I said, well, I was kind of curious. And I said, okay, if they have fixed bands, am I wasting a few bands when I go to 4 kilohertz? Because I'm thinking, they must have, a couple above it. But they don't, right? I could see bands kind of change, and I said, I'm going to process.
Okay, it kind of moves around more on your signal than I noticed on his voice stuff. Just want the buffer log for that in SDR.
Well, they call it a pen adapter. It's a spectrum scope. You can call it a spectrum analyzer, because in the real world, spectrum analyzers, the Anon is in a world-class spectrum analyzer. So, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, works. But you know what? It could be the EQ. The equalization probably drives little things that you're... Because if someone is running a they call or the parametric EQ, you could see some of those little peaks. Me, I'm not running any. I got rid of my 528. Very too much complication. I'm running a 286 into the OR band, and that's going into the Anon, and that's it. It's very, very basic, very, very simple. They got rid of all the confusion. So all the processing is done in the OR band, and the 286 fundamentally is a mic preamp. I do throw in a little low-end boost and crank up a little high-end boost, to EQ the mic that I'm running, and that's the one I'm doing. And it's just going into the OR band, and that's processing. They have a front-end EQ, which I'm using a little bit, but they have a back end which is based on the spectral content, which changes with time. And I'm not over the years I found that I'm trying to diminish it to get rid of that OR band sound, just to give me good peak limiting and good average audio. I don't know what to make of it. So, no, I don't think the bands that you're seeing in a lot of the waterfall displays I've seen was, little artifacts that lead you to believe something is happening. It's all about, here's the other way to check it out. If you're watching on a Panadac, change your sweep rate, or change the roll rate of the waterfall, and see if you see the same thing. Because there's a lot of aliasing components that happen in digital sampling and things like that. So you're looking at time-dependent things. You want to eliminate the time dependence by playing with scroll rate and things like that. So what you might be seeing are artifacts which fool you. They really can. K1KW, over.
Okay, K1JJ. Yeah, what I noticed? I never could understand. Not the waterfall now. The time-based, the one with the noise floor, the pan adapter, you want to call it that. If you look at that, you got a carrier, right? And that's, let's say, it's up at minus 30 dBm. And the highest low frequency just kind of straddle it, on both sides of the carrier. Go up within, let's say, 10 dB of that. However, the next area, let's say 1 to the 2000, only goes up. It doesn't go as high as the lows by maybe 10 or 15 dB. and then your energy out at 80, which is 5 kc away, is much lower. You never have a peak. And I'm looking at my own waveform, and of course, why is it? Why are the lows so dominant in amplitude, whereas the highs, extreme highs, are very, very low? Is that real? Is that real? What's going on?
Well, yes, it is. But look at this. Watch your pen adapter. Yes. Over.
About a 10 dB difference. The extreme highs at 5 or wherever are down 10 dB from the peak of your lows of your bass. Do a yay. Do that, and then give me a s, and I'll tell you what mine does first. A yay. Okay. That's 5, 10, 15, 20. At least 15 dB lower from the extreme lows to the extreme highs.
Highs are the same as your lows. Same here when I transmit. When I go, I'm modulating 100%. That S's are 100%. And when I go, yay, low. The lows are there. The highs are there. What's wrong with your pen adapter?
That's strange. I actually brought the sensitivity of the pan adapter up to maximum, and it had no effect. Boy, isn't that weird? Yay. Now, when I talk in a normal voice test and do an S, everything's pretty equal. But when I do an extreme, like yay, yeah, there's at least a 10 to 15 dB difference, and it just tapers down. So you're telling me when you talk, you don't have a gradual taper down. You have occasional peaks that all equal the bass notes?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what could be wrong then. This is one of those off the antenna. Well, actually, it's just the antenna from the receiver going in there. What the hell could change in audio like that? That's strange.
I have no clue. All I'm telling you is what I see, and when I go yay, my S's are right at the slamming the over.
Bass come up and touch the carrier, or is that supposed to be down 6 dB?
Oh, it's the same level as...
Weird. Yeah. Okay, I got a marker. I don't know if it was transmitter, but then I finally figured out, now it sounds right, looks right. But, And I look at the, another weird thing is I look at the waterfall, and they have different colors. They got bright red, yellow, and then into the blue. And I notice it's pretty solid all the way across until it hits the off point of 6 or 7. It's pretty same, except for the center. The center is a little brighter yellow, whereas the bands are all still a yellow, and they drop off very fast. So the waterfall doesn't agree with the antenna top.
Oh, that could be. No, my waterfall agrees with the pen adapter in terms of the frequency distribution. So I don't know what's going on with you. What is that little SDR thing running? What is it? An RSP1?
Oh boy, it's been a long time. Hold on. I think it's a Uno 1 or something like that. Uno SDR1, or they're like $100 little box adapter.
I already said it, Tom.
TNX.
Okay. Hey, Bob, go ahead. K1KW.
Yeah, I just want to tell Tom that I reset the page. I'm really stupid tonight because I was sent it to .com instead of .net, so you should have got it. I think I sent you 2, and then I sent you 1. It's a pretty neat little unit. It's got 4 or 5 ICs in it. should have done is unscrewed the case and took a picture of the inside. But, you know, it's my usual neatness stuff.
Yeah, it looks like a cool little box. Yeah, I'll have to hear a little more what's inside or what it does, and maybe just exactly what I'm building now, but we'll see. Thanks.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you come down on 23rd, you can take it with you and try it. See, it's just input and output on the audio, and it's got, you need a computer plug to plug in the back of it. That's why I took a picture of the back. But I always do that. All my E-rigs, you know, I have the computer plugs, so you plug them in, because I hate dangling cords from any kind of unit.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, what?
I'm going to tell you something. I know you're running Maximo audio. The amount of audio that now you're running, the sync detector can't even demodulate it, and it sounds distorted. You got to kick that positive peak crap down, over.
Well, the only way to do that is to turn my audio down.
No, I'm just telling you. No, it's hopefully this is a constructive comment, because I was listening to Tom on my Normium detector, and he went through some selective fades, and it was okay. When you came on, all of a sudden, you know, you came on, the audio was good, and then you went into a selective fade, and holy shit, I couldn't understand it. So I threw on the sync detector. I heard an AM signal distorted on a sync detector like that. Over?
Oh, really? Huh. I know it does on some of the older receivers, because the dial detector in the receivers can't handle that high positive peaks. But I'm surprised that it's doing that on yours.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I mean, I absolutely. I was surprised. I didn't expect to hear that. But you know what? I got to talk to Steve. I mean, he's a good guy. I know Steve. I've known him for a long time. But this whole positive peak thing, you guys got to figure it out. Because you know what? It doesn't work. What he needs to do is figure out how you can do a symmetrically modulated Class E rig. It'll be cleaner, crisper, and it'll sound good. Because you can get a higher average level of audio. I'm not sure how you do that, because when you're talking about 80 and 180% positive peaks, that's not natural. Your voice doesn't do that. There's some sort of non-linearity that's doing that. Anyway, that's just my opinion, and I don't know. I'm Tron and all these other folks around. I'm probably a little voice in the wilderness, but eventually you guys will come around and figure it out. So that's all I'm saying. Hopefully you figure it out. Because you take an AM carrier, 0 to 100%. Anything above and beyond that is ridiculous, and your human voice is fundamentally symmetrical, bar, occasional